you like is the and this is no hate, right? I just got done telling you I'm super excited for this week. But do you think like the promotion is being overhyped or maybe like falling under the radar? One of the two?
In what
Meaning
way? What do you
like,
mean?
okay, if it's being overhyped, does Khamzat and Strickland really have this beef that they're trying to put out there? Or is it that they have the beef, but it might be falling under the radar because the UFC's got all these cops and shit like that, like kind of avoiding these confrontations?
I don't know because the countdown, they pretty much are highlighting it in the first 5-10 minutes of it.
They do highlight the beef for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, do they really hate each other?
I mean, it's been a couple years what they're showing here. I mean, I'm just going based off what they're showing on the countdown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're talking about like 2 years ago of what
The
happened
sparring session, the infamous, all that stuff.
and then the text messages and them going back and forth. I mean, just from what I'm looking at, it's on UFC Paramount. Yeah, it's on Paramount. So I mean, I don't think it's made up.
Okay. I got some good lore to share with you. So let me just I went live right away. So give me 1 second. Let me turn on the AC and shit like that and I'll come right back. But I got some lore to share with you and then we'll get into the topics.
Okay.
Okay. Say what up to the chat. We got like Jew and Otto in here and Yuri.
What up, homies? Man, what a weekend though. JDM, Carlos Prates, that was crazy, bro. Like Carlos Prates really walking out here like he's at prime Anderson Silva. Prime Anderson Silva, hands down, cocky, just ready for that smoke and just delivered a highlight performance. That was a really good staple. Like, hey, come fuck with me. I'm ready for anybody. I want anybody. And if you remember too, that Ian Gary fight, he almost had him in that fifth round. He almost had him in that fifth round. So I don't know, bro. The dude is deadly. I would like to see him fight Michael Morales. And here's my take on the Michael Morales versus Carlos Prates. I think Carlos Prates takes that zero for Michael Morales. And the reason why is because if you watch Michael Morales fight, and this is what I've been saying about Michael Morales, is he's not very clean with his punches. Like I wish he would, and I don't know what he's been doing since he fought. Who did he knock out last? Was it Sean Brady, I believe? He's too wild. Like if he connects with you, we know he has heavy hands. But to me, it's not as clean and crisp like Carlos Prates. Like Carlos Prates is more of a sniper.
So we are officially here for fight week.
I was just talking about Carlos Prates.
Okay, so I got some lore to tell you real quick. Bro,
Okay.
my neighborhood has been getting painted for like a week straight.
Okay.
Like my apartment building.
Yeah.
And like these guys, it's like, bro, a week straight. I got all my stuff from my patio and my front and back patio. I got that shit inside my house right now. Like I'm in shambles for like a whole week. I just got done moving it in before I fucking came on here. It's like these guys, man, can you stop painting my damn neighborhood?
So what? But why is everything out on the balcony
Because
inside? I
they're
don't get
like,
it.
I'm like still sweating from it, bro. But fucking they're painting the building and they needed to power wash on Friday.
Painting the building. Okay.
And then like, bro,
So
so
you
they
got to
power
clear your
wash on
balcony
Friday.
so it doesn't get all like messed up.
Yeah, so I cleared that out and then it's like okay, Monday comes around and I was out of town. So I told this story to the chat, but I was out of town on Monday. Come home at like 3 p.m. when they're done painting. And dude, these guys just fucking like moved everything, like my turtle setup, like there's paint in the water and shit like that. So I'm like over here busy trying to fix that. I get it all squared away. The next day they come knocking again. They're like, yo, we're back to paint. I'm like, bro, like this is insane. And then today too, now it's fucking Wednesday. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're painting. Today I'm like, bro, like I cannot keep moving this stuff in and out. Like, what if I'm not home and shit? And they're like, bro, we'll be done by Friday. And I'm like, a whole week, man. Like a whole week is crazy. So like my building's just white, and it's like there's my building's getting painted, but that's the only one in the neighborhood that's getting painted.
You mean in the complex?
In the complex, there's like over 70 buildings in here. So how the fuck are you gonna take a week to paint one building?
That is a long time.
You know, how are you gonna take a week?
Yeah.
So I'm over here just fucking dying.
Maybe you should go help him.
I feel like I need to take off my shirt, to be honest with you, bro. I feel like I'm sweating right now. But anyway, you talk. You're
gonna do a shirtless stream. I don't know if I'm here for that.
You fucking talk. I came on here at 4 p.m. sharp, despite whatever the hell I had going on. So you see it. You see it.
Right.
Go ahead. Tell me
It's like
something.
it's like going to the gym. No, I was just saying, bro. Like we were talking about Carlos Prates last week. I mean, to see him come out there with that performance, it was spectacular.
Yeah, yeah. So Carlos Prates with the performance. I'll chill out eventually, but just going. Let me just settle down a little bit. Oh my god.
No, I did to me that I like the whole setup of Ian Gary versus Islam, and I like the setup of Michael Morales versus Carlos Prates as the #1 contender. But I honestly think that Carlos Prates beats Morales too.
Carlos Prates. Okay, so I have stuff to say about. I'm actually gonna change my shirt, bro. This is outrageous.
All right.
This is outrageous. Okay, 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah, I think Perry Poach is trying to do a OF session on his stream today. Oh man, and also homies in the chat, I'm over here watching this UFC countdown. Man, I love these UFC countdowns. Khamzat too, he's so when he talks, very mild and low key and easy tempered, like very like just like low, like hey brother, hey. But then we could turn it on. Like he'll get like wild. Like they both him and Strickland, they both have this switch when they get in the cage. What, the chat?
The chat saying that I was fucking the upstairs neighbors crazy.
To quiet him down?
Nah, bro, I just been out of sorts. That's all it is. Just been out of fucking sorts for like the last 45 minutes. I like before this too, I had to take out the paint from the turtle tank and like change the water, feed the homeboy, like yeah, and then I hopped on at 4 p.m. sharp. So
and you've had the turtle for a minute now.
Yeah, I had the turtle for a minute. So right now he's fine, but like because of this whole thing, like they got okay, so they have our whole screen, like just so you understand the inconvenience, they got our screen doors and windows, like everything taped shut.
Right.
And it's been like this since like Friday.
Yeah.
And so like I actually haven't really fed my turtle for like the last 2 days because it's like this shit is like taped shut. And today I was like, I can't wait any longer. Like homie got to eat. So I went and got some food for him, cleaned it up.
What do turtles eat? Lettuce?
Lettuce and berries, and then like they have little pellets too. So I kind of give them a mix.
That's easy.
But these motherfuckers, they broke the light too. They broke the turtle light so that when he gets like his artificial sunlight, it's like, bro, you guys like. So now I got no light. My turtle's relying on the natural light right now until I go buy a new one. But it's like this whole thing has been a disaster. That's why I'm like, guys, you need to stop coming to my house. Like you're ruining the whole feng shui. Like my turtle's pissed. But
I have some funny stories about like when they were remodeling my balcony. Same almost type of same thing. I think it was like 6 months, bro. It got so bad, literally 6 months. It got so bad that tenants were getting credit for that portion of the patio that they could never use.
Yeah, I feel like doing that.
I was the last one to find out, and then at the end, I got like a 2-month like rent proration.
I feel like I need to do something like that. Like, yo, guys, like I didn't get to use my front or back patio for a whole 7 days.
Yeah,
like I mean, that's 1/3 of the month.
It's a valid argument.
It's a valid argument. It's like I know you guys are trying to make the neighborhood better, but like the tenants, I mean, like I just said, my whole shit's taped up right now.
Yeah,
I got a barbecue inside my fucking house.
Right.
I put it back outside like before we started this, but it's like every day they tell me to move my barbecue back in and shit. I'm just fed up. So yeah, everybody's saying he smashed Evelyn. Evelyn worked. That boy is hilarious. Worked him like some post hole diggers. No, honestly, it's just like sometimes I think what happens is I'm doing a lot and then I sit down and I get like stagnant and I don't know why, but that like messes with me.
Mm.
I don't know why. I think it's a mix of it. I think I was moving around, but I wasn't even sweating as much when I was moving the shit. But then like when I sit down and stop, it like I don't know, it's like my heart's still moving.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get that.
Feels weird
I get that.
sometimes. But that's all it was. I was not smashing the neighbor, but shout out to you guys. That's hilarious. Um okay, so let's kind of get into this week. I know that you were just speaking about Prates, so why don't we just keep on that topic and then we'll move into 328. I was a bit out of
Yeah.
sorts earlier, so my bad on that one. I know what you said about Prates, though. You think that he beats Morales. The performance over JDM was amazing. Let's just hang on the JDM performance a little bit. Did you see that coming
Okay.
or what?
I mean, not like that. I think what we spoke about last week was, can he add a couple more tools in his arsenal? And I felt like he did.
Mm-hmm.
He really had put together a really good, just like he had like 5 things that were super deadly. That leg kick, I love the fact that he used the leg kick. We already knew he had that left,
Mm-hmm.
right? We already knew he had that knee. We knew that. That we already knew going in, and we knew he had a spinning back fist. But I liked how we kept on using what's like the what do you call that, axe?
I think it's like a tomahawk or like a 12-6 elbow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like he kept on trying to use that. I love that because that's just another tool in his belt to use as, a deadly weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like 5 deadly weapons. The fact that he got taken down, and then when JDM tried to do it again, but he was able to fight through it, push him back up and kind of push him off and then get back on the feet. I like that.
Yeah. It was solid for sure. And also like those between the knees, the elbows, right, the leg kicks, the punches too. Give credit to the
Oh,
punches. I
bro,
mean,
and then
bro, he was beating the fuck out of him. You could hear it.
he was, and I like the fact that it wasn't just a 1-2, it was a 1-2-3-4-5
Mm-hmm.
leg kick, knee, left. That he threw so much at him that
And he
he
couldn't
just
miss.
could not miss,
He
bro. He
couldn't
was just,
miss.
and that was the perfect that was the perfect opponent for that type of fight.
Yeah.
Because we knew JDM would stand in there and try to bang with him.
It's kind of crazy too, though, to think in hindsight how JDM beat Bilal. It's like, damn, I know it was like about a year ago, but like Prates, throw him in that position against Bilal, what would have happened?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know?
And I think Bilal would have kept on trying to do more takedowns, right? And
Correct. It
so
was a style.
here's the question. So we don't remember when JDM jumped on his back and tried to choke him real quick,
Yeah, it didn't
and he
work
was able
out.
to shake him off,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, I think that Ian Gary put Prates under more dangerous situations on the ground, and Prates still was able to fight through it. And if we remember, Prates almost won. We won that 5th round. He almost got Ian Gary that 5th round.
Yes.
He was like 30 seconds away from us talking about, nah, bro. He beat Ian Gary.
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely and I love the fact that he just doesn't want to sit there and win the fight. He wants to take the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he has this like aura to him that like I've been saying, bro, he has this Anderson Silva aura to him at it. When Anderson Silva was in his prime, hands down, just reading the fight, reading what this guy's gonna do and being able to counter it and being successful at it, and actually like landing deadly strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Deadly strikes.
No, I agree. Actually, in the press conference, they're like, "Who are your favorite fighters?" And he said, "Izzy and
Silva.
Anderson
I mean, how
Silva."
can you not? He's from Brazil, you know?
Right, and Silva. But like, what am I getting to? Is that before he answered it, it was only like a split second where I could have thought about it. But when the person asked the question, in my mind, I'm like, Anderson Silva. That's got to be his influence because the way he fights, it comes out if you kind of bring it up, like, who does Prates fight like? Because people might not consider that thought, right? But if you ask anybody, who does Prates fight like? Who does he remind you of? I bet you like 7 or 8 out of 10 times people are gonna be like, Anderson Silva, Israel
Yeah.
Adesanya. So he fights like his inspirations, which is kind of cool to see.
And I think they're those fighting nerds. Gene Silva is very much like that too. He's like hands down, looking at it, trying to read the fight. He throws those tomahawks. He throws a lot. What's different is Carlos has that Muay Thai background. You can see it in those knees. He kept on landing that throwing knee and just hitting JDM in the face with it. That question just hurt.
Yeah. Actually, so you noticed that knee that was hitting him in the face? It
Oh
was
yeah,
it
of
was like a
course.
leg kick though, or are you talking about that knee that he was almost throwing like a leg kick?
Well, the leg kick, but then just like he would
Or
just
not a leg kick,
that.
but a head kick. So here, let me just say this
Yeah.
part in case you're getting confused with what I'm saying. The head kick that Prates was throwing, right? It was like he would throw it, but he would almost like throw his knee the same way. Like from the I'm gonna stand up and show everybody. But from
Yeah.
the stance, right? From the stance, Prates would like, he would in a way, he'd like throw that knee to the body, right? So he's throwing the knee to the body, he's catching JDM like right in the ribs, but then he'd throw
Right.
that knee the same sequence, but then flip it up to the head and it'd be a head kick. So like JDM might be blocking to the body and the head kick flies over the shoulder to the head. So he's mixing
Right.
that up. He's going like boom, knee to the body, but it looks like the head kick's coming, right? Like the angle of it, it's not a straight up knee. It's like a knee like from the side. And then he was
Yeah.
winging that up every now and then, and that was confusing the fuck out of JDM. That's why JDM was eating those head kicks.
JDM got
No, he got his ass beat bad. Like he got
his ass
BTA'd.
beat
Like that's the
bad.
definition
Yeah,
of
no.
belt to ass.
Yeah, no, he just looks levels above him. And you're right. It just like that's why I like the whole talk track. Like, hey, give Ian Gary Islam, give Carlos Prates Morales for the #1 contender, and I think he beats Morales. And I'm a big Morales fan. I think Morales, for me, he's too wild with his striking. Like, I don't think he's as clean, as crisp, as technical as Carlos Prates is.
He relies
Like,
more
he's
on
very
attributes and youth.
Yes, exactly. He'll hopefully he'll get there. I think he'll get there. But he's not as clean. He's just not as technical. Carlos is a sniper, bro. Like once he dinks you, he dinks you.
Right. For sure. And the leg kick thing, I mean, with the knees, I mean, like I said, he got the power in the hands and the knees and the leg kicks.
Yeah.
It's like, bro's a problem. He's big as fuck.
Yeah.
Homie smokes and drinks like tomorrow's not even coming. And it's like, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't even fucking matter.
And it goes back to what we were talking about too before. It's like when you have that, like he even said it after the fight, like, I have to win. Like there's another sense of pressure. Like, no, dude, I have to. Like, I can't afford to lose this fight. I didn't come all the way over here to like lose. Like, and that's why he wanted that 100K bonus.
And remember,
like,
I kind of told you
he didn't come in there to fight 5 rounds.
No.
He's like, bro, I got this.
Yeah, definitely. And remember, I told you how like or maybe I said it in a stream, I don't know. But Prates, he was reminding me of a guy who's like, taken on every challenge against the toughest of opponents. He's not ducking any fades. He's not trying to look for favorable circumstances. The guy shows up every time. And there's other stuff that I know about Prates, like before UFC, like in Thailand and shit like that, when he was fighting over there, like the circumstances he fought over, he's never been one to be a bitch. He'll fight under any circumstance. He signs that contract, best believe he's going to show up no matter what. And I think after all these years of doing that, all the years of experience and growth from that, it just led up to this moment where he shows up to Perth in JDM's backyard and dominates, and he performs like there's no pressure on him, and that like he's almost fighting in front of his own home crowd.
Yeah, he was
just like swagging in there, styling on JDM, the former champ. Zero pressure. But a lot of guys would have just created pressure for themselves, I think, and crashed out on themselves just because of the, former champ, and I'm in his hometown, right? Everybody's against me. Like, you see it a lot with fighters. I don't want to use Kevin Holland because he's kind of generic, but Kevin Holland kind of crashes out and will fall victim to the circumstances and perform to that level. Or let's give you another one. Randy Brown. No offense, Randy Brown. I know that I know you and shit like that, but it's like Randy Brown is a type of guy who falls victim to the moment, even though he's the better fighter. And I think that's because he doesn't have that stuff that I just highlighted that Prates has, which is like, I'll show up, time and time again, no matter what, no excuses, and do that for 10 years straight and look at the lion it creates in Prates.
No, he has something to him, bro. He's on another level there's good fighters and there's great fighters, right?
Hmm.
And he's proving to everybody he's a great fighter. His fight IQ's up there too, bro. Like he was reading that fight. To go hands down like that and try to pick your shots and try to get the, when I say fight IQ, to get your opponent's rhythm down. You know what I mean? Like you're willing to take some punches, get in the fire a little bit, see what the rhythm is, see what, and then you can kind of like, all right, let me read this real quick. Let me matrix this shit.
Hmm. No, I think fighting is a lot of maybe hard to explain, but I'll try to. It is a lot of rhythm. You know,
Right.
it's like a dance. Fighting is like a
Yeah.
dance, and once you can begin to, this is what I mean by its rhythm, right? You can sometimes predict rhythm. You can
Yep.
sometimes predict beats, right? And like music, you if
Yep.
you listen to music enough, if you're tuned in enough, you can almost know what beat's gonna come just because you heard so many different genres, right? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Prates, you know, he's fought so many styles. He's been there so many times. I think that like after a while, he gets that rhythm that you just mentioned, but to the point where he starts being able to predict and anticipate his opponent's movements, almost like a dance, you know, but you really
Yeah.
have to be tapped in to get on that level. And I did see that. Before you even said that, I wanted to mention that like a little bit on air, but I just kind of like slipped my mind because it's a complicated thought. But that's exactly what I think. I think that he has the rhythm. It's almost like a dance, and he has the ability to almost predict his opponent's movements as the fight plays out, which is
Right.
super high level
Right. Yeah.
because you're
Even to like
anticipating it. It's like fucking
it,
telekinesis.
you are
Like you're
anticipating.
pulling it
Yeah.
out of his ass. No diddy,
Yeah.
no diddy, but you're
Well,
pulling
yeah.
it out of him.
You're like, well, if he does this and I do this and I do this and I do this, I can get him with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're thinking that so that fight IQ and that rhythm is he has something special. And I think that if they set up the Ian Gary fight, if they set up the with Islam, and they give Michael Morales, I think Carlos gets that, and then he gets the number one contender. And I think Carlos should take that fight and not wait, because I think even what Ariel has said like was that if Islam does beat Ian, we could be talking another 12 months before he fights.
Yeah. So okay, a lot of people have been talking about this, and I've obviously been in the streets, just like um oh, Space Against says Perry. I wouldn't say anticipate. He's not a counterpuncher? Question mark. Um. So just to that point, real quick. No,
Yeah.
like it with the anticipate and being a counterpuncher. I'm not saying he's a counterpuncher through the anticipation. I'm just saying like he can like you know, he knows what's coming before it's coming. He's got a feel to it. That's why I said it's kind of a complicated thought to put out in the atmosphere. But I'm not calling Prates necessarily a counterpuncher. He probably can counterpunch. He's more offensive, you know, moving forward punching. But when I say anticipate, I just mean that like, you know, he knows what's gonna come before it even comes. He could pull it out of JDM and be out the way, you know, before it even gets there. That's
There's a
all I
difference
mean.
too. And there's a difference too, like when you know a good counter striker. Um, would you say Floyd Mayweather is kind of
Oh yeah, amazing.
right?
Hmm.
That was his style and technique. That's not Carlos's technique. Carlos is just deadly, a sniper. But when he's in there and you catch that rhythm, or you anticipate, like, hey, this is going to be open next time.
Hmm.
When we go into this little 30-second kind of dance, I know he's going to throw this, this, and this. I know I can hit him with that, though. And I guess you could say that's a counter, right?
Right.
But at the same time, you're still throwing leg kicks. You're still throwing knees. You're throwing the tomahawk, like.
Yeah. And I would also say that like sometimes it's not even the counters. Obviously the counters do happen in the sequences, but it could be something as simple. When I say like he reads the rhythm, it's like a dance in there. What I mean
Yeah,
is it could be something as simple as I know where he's going to step. You
sure.
know what I mean? Because if you know where he's going to step, you know where to be too. You know how to position yourself to not be hit and to hit him, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean with the dance is like you can anticipate his steps, you know, the strikes he might throw and stuff. So basically says, I see. I was just confused because he got caught by JDM, but he didn't have power. Yeah, he did get caught by JDM as well, but it's more so just like
Yeah, like one time.
yeah, a couple times I guess. But JDM doesn't have the
Out
power,
of
like he said.
out of 60 punches to do.
And JDM really didn't have the stopping power like Prates had, you know. So it's like
No.
Prates could take it, and it was fine.
Yeah. No,
But to what your
he
point was,
destroyed him, bro. He
yeah,
destroyed him.
wait, but what was your point you just said? I did have something to say about it.
On the
Fucking
rhythm
space kid.
anticipate.
I'm playing.
The
I think,
rhythm
yeah, we're talking about the rhythm and stuff. So I think that's
or the upcoming fights with what Ariel said about Islam.
That's right. Okay,
About
okay. Yeah. So the upcoming fights, I've worked it out with the chat. So let me kind of bounce it off of you because I came in
okay.
with a different idea. And then honestly, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to pull back my idea and go with the chat. So let's hear what you
Okay.
think about this. What they say is the best case scenario is Islam versus Ian next, right? As everyone's expecting it to be. That's gonna be maybe in the next 2 months, latest August or something like that. Now, Islam, he's been out all year long. Like, bro, you cannot just keep doing this. You need to be active. And so what I believe needs to happen and what everybody else seems to think needs to happen is December, January, Islam needs to return if he beats Ian and, fight his retirement fight. Fight Ilya. Let's say Ilya gets past Gaethje, Islam gets past Ian. They meet up in December or January and they run it. They've both been out for a year. They need to fight twice within like a 6-month span. It's just like, if they don't, I won't even accept it. I won't even claim them anymore. Almost. But that's what they say needs to happen. And then catch this, right? Because how does Prates fit into this?
Sure.
Well, Islam will retire after that fight, win or lose, right? And Ilya, let's say he wins, he's not going to stay at 70. He went up for the matchup with Islam, right? Because they got a bunch of big hitters at 70, like Prates and shit. Ilya will move back down. Islam will retire. Morales and Prates fight for the vacant title January, February, March of 2027.
That's
a lot of prediction. A lot of moving parts still happening.
A lot of moving
because
parts.
Joaquin could fight twice in between there.
One, I don't think Islam's going to retire.
I do think that he will retire after 2. How much longer do you think he has in the game? Like a year, 2 years?
At least two. At least two. He's only, what, 34?
I think people are going off of this thing with how early Khabib retired. They think Islam is on that same type of timing. And to be honest, we could just agree to disagree because I kind of agree with that. I think Islam isn't going to be fighting for very long. I think he's kind of like Khabib.
I mean, it's not improbable. I just don't see him retiring in the next year.
Okay. All right.
I just don't see that. Especially like you just moved up to this weight class. If he's able to beat Ian Gary, and he has a different personality than Khabib.
He does.
But I mean, it's not unthinkable that it couldn't happen. I mean,
I never really considered the whole Islam retiring thing. But like, even like, I think the first person who ever brought that up to me was like Joaquin. Joaquin's like, Islam, he's not going to be around for a long time. Let him fight Usman and let him retire. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, let him retire after Usman? Who says he's going to do that? And then Joaquin's like, bro, like Islam doesn't have much time left. Like he's like talking to me like I'm missing something. And I'm like, all right, like if that's what you believe. And then the chat says the same thing. Like a couple people in here, they're like, yeah, Islam only got 2 fights left. And I'm thinking back like, wait, Joaquin mentioned that shit too. Like, so that's why I'm almost like getting gaslit into thinking this. But I do kind of think it now. I do kind of think Islam got only a couple fights left. You can obviously disagree with that. But okay,
yeah,
so
I mean,
so then paint out your picture. Paint out your picture for the title shot for Prates.
No, I mean, I would say that, Ian and Islam run it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Carlos and Morales run it. That number one. But see, what I was saying is that Carlos should not sit on the sidelines trying to wait for Islam or trying to wait for the winner of Islam versus Ian Garrett. Because then we could be talking, who knows, 8 months, 9 months. If it's August and it's just 6 months. I don't even know when Ramadan hits again next year. There's Carlos would be doing himself a disservice by doing that.
Okay. Because Carlos already said he's down to sit out for 8 months so he can heal up. You heard that too.
And then I realized too that he was in the boot, so that may take a few months to heal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just to get him back in the gym as well. So ideally, and when was the last time Michael Morales fought?
They fought on the same card. That's what I was also going to bring up to you. It's like there's an argument that Prates just risked his spot. Where's Morales? He got to risk it again, 2 for 1. So Prates got to fight twice after his win over Leon Edwards, but Morales just got to win once. so to speak.
Yeah.
And then he gets a title shot. So, and honestly, here's another thing in Prates' favor. Like, I do get what you're saying, but to some degree, even if I get what you're saying, I'm like, but does Morales deserve it? Because Prates, look at their resumes.
Yeah.
Morales fought Neil Magny, Gilbert Burns, fucking Sean Brady. Who gives a fuck about any of these three guys? Prates knocked out a former champion, now two former champions.
Yeah.
You know, before that, there were other good names like Ian Gary, who's going to fight for the title now.
Yep.
You know, so I know Ian Gary never had that one next to his name like Brady did, but Brady's the biggest fraud that ever existed in the welterweight division. You know, so fuck him. And you know, Morales, how many champions on, I know that Brady beat Leon and then Morales beat Brady, but I just want to know, like, how many champions on paper has Morales beat? Zero, zilch, nada. And then Prates beat two, and he fought the active number one contender, and he almost finished him in the 5th round. You know, homie's ass was all up in his crotch, Ian Gary. After he dropped him, we all seen it. So I guess those are the arguments that work in favor for Prates, and I know there's a lot of moving parts. But yeah, I mean, what
do you think about Quillen?
Oh, Quillen's pretty solid. I like him.
Yeah.
He had a pretty lengthy amateur career, and it shows.
Yeah, I think that was a great way to get in the top 15. Because in the beginning of that fight, you almost could see like, oh man, maybe Beneil is levels above Quillen when it comes to the ground game, and that's what Beneil is going to do, and that's what these top 10 guys kind of do. They take these young guys down, they kind of hold them, they put themselves into a submission game, and Quillen was able to fight out of it and get a knockout. I mean, that's super impressive, super impressive. I think other guys that weren't ready for the top 15 would have lost that fight.
Yeah, well, we've been seeing it, haven't we? We've been seeing the old head set people back.
Yeah.
So Quillen, the fact that he did that, I don't think we should take away from him and move the goalpost, because we've been critical, at least I have, of the up and coming guys who lose to the
like
old heads.
Like the Bahamondes and
the list goes on, bro.
There's about 3 or 4 of them that the list. Grant Dawson.
I mean, I guess Joaquin's in that mix with the Usman fight recently last year, you know. So
yeah, but lots of guys already in the top 15.
He was. You're talking about to get in, to beat that
to get in, right? Yeah, because stages. Because Bahamondes, he was right there waiting to get in top 15, and then he got was it Gamrat there? There's just a handful of guys that just did not I thought deserved it and just was shown nope. And Quillen earned that. He really did. And I think that he called that Gamrat. Great call out. Great call out.
He also called out no, he did call out Gamera, and I think that's a good fight. You know who else had a really good call out though was Marwan Rahiki. He called out Sean O'Malley's teammate, undefeated versus undefeated.
Yeah, I love that too. I like that kid too.
Those Aussie boys making some solid ass call outs.
I'm excited to see where his future goes for sure.
Yeah, I'm doubtful that they'll give him that fight, but I wish they would.
Yeah, I wish they would. And maybe they eventually do end up seeing each other, you know. So,
Space Kid saying Morales is huge. Same shit probably happens if he fights Leon or JDM. We got to be real. Honestly, I'd love to see the JDM fight. I'd love to see it.
Could you imagine JDM going on a 3-fight losing streak?
I know. But that also brings up another question. That's how quick
this happens, bro.
Yeah. I got another thing coming out of that though. It's like, okay, like anyone got any suggestions? Like, let's say Prates wants to wait. Morales wants to fight again. Who does Morales fight? Who's the guy for him to fight? Morales versus Joaquin if Joaquin beats Brady?
Let me look at the rankings.
Okay. He looked good, 26. Dang. Yeah, Salkild's only 26, huh, Franklin? And Space Kid goes, I low-key think Morales KOs everybody, including Gary, and loses to Islam by sub. Actually, Space Kid, I'll disagree with you on that one. I don't think Morales is getting past Gary. No fucking shot.
So you think if they run it back, Ian Gary still gets him?
Against Morales?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they never fought. Ian and Prates
Oh,
fought.
Morales.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
Morales.
thinking. I'm thinking Carlos Prates for some reason.
You think Ian beats Morales, or you think Gary, or you think Morales beats Gary?
No, I think Ian Gary beats Morales too.
I think Ian Gary beats Morales.
I think Morales. I mean, being so young and so,
He's
like you said,
green. He's green.
he really is. Like he's winning off his attributes, like you said, and he does. Don't get me wrong, he does have skill. Um, but I'd like to see him in 3 or 4 years, and then I can probably see him being
Right.
that dude, right?
Because you
Maybe
see
2
it,
years.
yeah, and you see it often with the guys who kind of steamroll through their opponents quickly, like how Morales does. Sometimes it's counterintuitive. Sometimes it doesn't actually work as much in your favor as you would have thought, because you don't
Yeah.
have time to work out your skills in the octagon and work through adversity. And as soon as you face that in a fight, you start to crash out because you're just not used to it. So I could see something like that happening, where like Morales will crash out when it's a close fight because he's just not used to it. He's been getting all of his guys out of there in the first round. So what happens when the going gets tough?
You know what's going to be interesting is this Bilal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim fight. So, for example, I say that because if Bilal wins, then he can kind of have his choice of like, okay, of some of these guys that we're talking about, he won't have to fight down. But if Gabriel Bonfim wins, he's going to be able to, put his name back in this ring of some of these top 5 guys.
Bonfim versus
It,
Morales?
right, but it depends, just like what Carlos Prates did. It depends on how you win. If you go in there and just get a decision, I think it's all a moot point. But if you go in there and you get a dominating win the way Carlos Prates is, the world's your oyster. You can have whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm. I feel
Because
you.
nobody wants to fight a guy that like, oh, you got the decision. Okay, you got to win. Great.
That's the argument against Gary right now. You beat Bilal, but it was boring. It was a decision.
That's a good argument.
Yeah, that is the argument.
That's a good argument. That is a good argument.
There's a whole camp of people who are not in favor of Ian Gary because they think he fights boring, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's part of the sport,
I think eventually boring fight. Let's say like I don't know, GSP. Do you think he was a boring fighter?
Kinda, yeah.
See, I think he had a lot of exciting fights. And he was very technical and he was very dominating though too.
He was. I wouldn't take that from him, except for the exciting fights I would take away from him.
I mean, he had a handful of like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, but he definitely he'd stand there and bang. What are they saying in the chat?
No, I was just laughing because I'm like, I wouldn't co-sign him having exciting fights. That's all I laughed at. Okay. But no, somebody said, Perry, it's so cool you're able to stream with your uncle. Thank you for the $2 dono, Tux. My uncle MTK, Unk.
Oh man.
Shit. When MTK is over here, now MTK is the Unk. But if MTK is not here, shit, I might be the Unk, being 29, almost 30. But Morales and Prates, I think that they are the future of the division for sure. I think Joaquin mixes it up really nice against them, so I'd like to see how he fits in the mix too after a win this Saturday.
And that's it. And that's the thing. He got to get the KO, right? I mean,
yeah.
He cannot, get a decision.
Yeah. Oh, Jew also says, I also rewatched that Morales versus Magny fight, and Magny was able to control him against the cage for 2 minutes. I think that says a little bit. Okay, interesting. Magny is able to control Morales against the cage for a little bit. Okay, so Space Kid says technical is kind of boring sometimes. Example, Leon, Izzy, etc. I like when they impose their will, like Alex versus Onk 2. Me too. Come on now. Me too. 100%. So speaking of this Joaquin Buckley fight, though.
Yeah, let's get into UFC 328.
Yeah, 328. So let's go. I guess let's just work our way up. So we'll go Buckley, the co-main, and then the main or something like that.
The card's stacked, right?
Card is stacked for sure.
Get your popcorn ready, fellas.
Get your popcorn ready.
Get your popcorn ready. I mean, this is why if you're a UFC fan, this is why you wanna tap in.
I mean, I can't even contain my excitement for Joaquin versus Bray. I just cannot wait. Did you guys see today? Joaquin comes to media day and he pulls a Marshawn Lynch.
No, what did he do? I saw that in the topic. What did he do exactly?
So Joaquin came to media day and he answered every single question minus a couple with May 9th, you're going to find out. May 9th, you're going to find out. So they go, Joaquin, what was it like training with Usman? He's like, May 9th, you're going to find out. Hey, Joaquin, so is there real beef with you and Brady or what? May 9th, you're going to find out. You know, hey, so, what do you think about this and that about the fight? May 9th, you're going to find out.
So he's laser
He's
focused.
laser focused. And this is what I told the chat last night. I said, we don't give a fuck about nothing. The only thing we're worried about is knocking Sean Brady out cold and reminding the promotion our value. And that's it. We're not worried about talking. We're not worried about no narratives. We're not worried about the Usman loss. We're not worried about Strickland. We're not worried about nothing. We're not worried about what's next.
Right.
We're worried about putting Sean Brady out cold. Out cold. Getting that bonus and proving our worth to promotion. Like, listen, you guys forgot. You all must have forgot. Everybody talking shit on me, thinking I'm a joke. You know what I mean? Now what am I? I just knocked out your golden boy, Sean Brady. Now what am I? And I just can't wait. I just can't wait because everybody be talking so fucking spicy. So fucking spicy. People are asking me last night. They're in the chat. They're like, you think Buckley can win a decision against Brady?
Oh.
It's like, you think Brady can make it the fucking distance? Like, two could play at that game, motherfucker. Can Buck win a decision against Brady? It's like the disrespect. These guys think that this guy is just like a terrible fighter. They don't understand him. They let his personality get in the way of how they view his actual fighting skills. And when you see that man in that, okay, I could just put it simple.
I mean, I'm not a Joaquin fan, so I mean,
Sean Brady calls Joaquin loud. Every chance he gets, every turn, he did it today at the media day. I don't like Joaquin, he's loud. It's like, bro, that's literally low-key racist. Like, at this point, it's racist. I don't even give a fuck. I'm not even joking anymore. At first, it wasn't that racist, and I was just being funny, right? Because I asked Joaquin, I'm like, is that shit racist? Or, like, what's the deal with that? But at first, I was, like, just playing it up. This dude will, every time he talks about Joaquin, I don't like him. He's loud. It's like, bro, what the fuck? That's actually getting racist now.
Yeah, you got to read in between the lines on that.
Like, bro, yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You might as well just call him your stereotypical black guy while you're at it. I mean, that's completely fucked up in my opinion. And like, he's loud. What do you mean, bro? Sean Strickland's loud too.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Loud can be misinterpreted as like selling a fight, knowing how to promote. Something you don't fucking possess, Sean Brady, Mr. Do Nothing for Nobody. Fuck Sean Brady, bro. I do not like this guy at all. He's over here talking about their beef, being like, I know the guys in the PI, they could probably pull up the footage. Pull up the footage, homie, of Joaquin punking you. You're the one capping saying, oh, we talked for 5-10 minutes. Pull it up because word on the street is you had a zipper between your fucking lips. You said one thing to Joaquin when he pulled up on you. He kept talking to you and you didn't say shit back. But you buddies with the people in the PI. You keep saying this. Go pull up the footage then. You've threatened it 10 times. All this buddy shit from Sean Brady. I'm fucking sick of this dude. I'm a buddy. I'm gonna be so like dap up with everybody. Everybody gonna be on my side. I go on Ariel's show. Fuck you. Guy's fucking too industry for me. Not a real bone in his body because he's too busy trying to please everybody. That's why everybody likes him. Because you're a fake ass motherfucker. That's why a lot of people don't like Joaquin because he keeps it real. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't need to be friends with the people at the PI. So I don't know. Brady pisses me off in so many ways. It's not even funny. I could go on and on, but just you save me.
Well, no, it's just two different styles of people, right? Like Joaquin, he gets that entertainment side of it. Like, hey, let's get into this. Let's feed this. Like, Hokit's a prime example. You're able to really, sell not only your fights but your brand and yourself. And then when you're able to go in the cage and actually back it up, which Joaquin did, he beat. I just saw that record right there. He beat Stephen Boyd Thompson, deadly knockout. He beat Colby Covington. We all saw what he did. He whooped him.
Luque,
he beat Rozabov.
Nursultan.
Luque, like you said, right. So, I mean,
Morano. The list goes on. We could go back further. Fialho.
Yeah. And the thing is like, to me, Usman was a great. Sometimes you need a loss in order to get a win.
Mm-hmm.
You need that kind of reality, like, okay, there's another level here. Let me take a step back. Let me humble myself. Let me get back to the drawing board. Because you built all this up. Now you can kind of pivot and be like, all right, here's the next chapter. Now Sean Brady will be the first fight back into this next chapter, and that's why I think it's a great matchup. I think it's a great matchup because you get to see a number 6 versus number 8. You get to see two guys that lost. That neither one of them can get another. Bro, you can, and I think Joaquin comes from a he's cut from a different cloth where like he knows in the back of his mind, bro, like I cannot lose. I think Sean Brady doesn't have that same urgency. That's a good word. He doesn't have that same urgency, and he's gonna go in there and like a dog just ready to like you. What you just said about him, May 9th, May 9th, May 9th, May 9th. That's laser focus. That's just right what's in front of you, like not letting nothing get in my way. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Zero
here,
fucks.
right here.
100%.
See me. And wait till we get in that cage. You're about to see what's gonna happen when you have that type of attitude and aura. That's deadly.
Shit,
That's
let's
very
get it. Let's
deadly.
get it cracking right now. Let's get it cracking right now. We need to pull up on Brady. We need to pull up on Brady, get in a scrap with him before the actual scrap. I'm ready to go.
It's and Brady's just very like his demeanor. That's a good word. He has a very different demeanor.
He's a
You know,
goofball,
very
bro. Fuck Brady. Honestly, can I say one
yeah.
more thing about Brady? Because this dude's a fucking goofball, and he deserves to be exposed. Okay,
Did he say? What, didn't he clap at you on on Instagram or something?
he got me blocked on Instagram because I do the
Oh,
interviews
okay.
with Joaquin. But it's
Okay.
like Brady, like you're just a clown, bro. Like you are the one. You're the. Let's put it like this. This fight got booked, right? Who opened their mouth first? Who went on their own podcast and who went on Ariel's show talking shit about their opponent?
Yeah.
Brady. Brady says, I ignore this dude, but now that the fight's booked, I'm going to stir it up now because it's been years I've been ignoring him, right? So now he tries stirring
And
it
this
up.
has been building up. This has been building
This has
up,
been building
right?
up, and he's been ignoring the fuck
Yeah.
out of Joaquin. He's been ignoring him, and he even admitted it in his podcast when the fight got booked. He's like, I've been ignoring him, but now I'll acknowledge it because the fight's booked. He said this and this and this about me, and these are all my thoughts. Then he goes on Ariel's show and does the same exact shit. Okay, so Sean Brady's been the one opening his mouth, right, creating all these beefs between him and Buckley. Buckley didn't say shit. Even when I interviewed Joaquin, he goes, I don't got a beef with Brady. You know what I mean? I don't got a beef with him. Now Brady goes to the press conference and he's like, Joaquin's loud. He's always trying to sell the fights. You know, his personality, it's not really what I do. Cap, you're the one who tried selling the fight first. When you put the pen to paper, you tried selling the fight before Joaquin. You went on your podcast and you went on Ariel's show and you brought up all your beefs. Why did you steer into it if that's not who you are as a person? You feel me? And then you take Joaquin and he's like, May 9th, May 9th, May 9th. I don't give a fuck about nothing but putting this dude's lights out, right? And it's like, you know, Brady's just such a fucking hypocrite. The fact that he's over here gaslighting Joaquin on media day, but he's the one who opened up all the promotion in the first place to start it. And then look at Joaquin when he's in media day. He has nothing to fucking say. Sean Brady talked more shit on Joaquin today than Joaquin said about Brady. But everybody wants to be like, oh, Joaquin got Brady's name in his mouth. Oh, you know, all this shit. Brady talked more shit today.
So Joaquin does have a wrestling background, right?
Yeah.
So if Sean Brady's plan is to take Joaquin down, how does that play out?
Okay, to give you the simple answer, and then I'll try to break it down further. Am
Yeah.
I worried about Sean Brady taking down Joaquin whatsoever? Absolutely fucking not. I'm negative worried about it. Like if I got a 0% chance of worry, I got a negative 10% chance about worry. I'm not even worried about it in the slightest. Even if Brady got him down, like there's no way this dude's keeping him down. I'm not even tripping about it at all. But it's like offensive wrestling. I bet you Joaquin could take down Brady if he wants to. He's taken down Usman in training. Usman's the better wrestler than Brady in the first place. Brady got submission offense. So let me help you a little bit. Brady got submission offense, not to be confused with takedown offense. Those are two completely different martial arts, wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Right. You know, so Brady, he got the jiu-jitsu. Does he even have the wrestling? Maybe a little bit. But whatever he got in wrestling, Joaquin got, and probably then some. Joaquin just went to RAF and took on Pat Downey. You don't think he did any training for that shit? He took down Pat Downey in the match. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he lost to him, but he honed in on those skills. So I don't know how the fuck he expects Brady's going to take him down, or anybody expects that to happen. On top of that, Usman a better wrestler than Brady as well. So like Joaquin been against two better wrestlers in the last year, less than a year, in the last 8 months. He's competed against two better wrestlers than Brady, and Brady's just going to have his way with him. Keep in mind, Usman's a way better striker than Brady. So, like, you know, Usman was able to give Joaquin problems on the feet that led to takedowns because Usman made it even on the feet. I don't think it's going to be even on the feet. I think Joaquin is going to belt to ass this fucking dude. He's going to brutalize this dude. This dude don't got it. Joaquin, the fucking physical specimen. You know what Sean Brady's doing? He's growing out his beard extra for this fight because he knows he's getting put out cold. He knows it. That's why he's growing out his beard extra. So that's what I think. I think that Brady doesn't even have the striking to make his takedowns easier. He doesn't even have the offensive takedowns as Usman, as a Pat Downey, who Joaquin has competed against in the last 8 months. What everybody's smoking on. I'm going to be smoking that Sean Brady pack May 9th after Joaquin Buckley puts him out cold. I'm smoking on Sean Brady. We lighten up a fresh Sean Brady pack come May 9th.
Hey, I'm Team Joaquin, so like
we team Joaquin, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, you already know I want that homie to win for sure.
But that's my breakdown about the takedowns. If you have any thoughts on that or anything like that.
No. I just was wondering. I want people to understand, like, hey, you know, it is almost the matchup is one guy wants to really probably get him down and submit him. The other matchup is the other guy would rather just stand and bang with him and knock him out. I'm just wondering where Sean Brady, how do these two counter that?
Right.
You know.
Here, let me give you another comparison real quick. Right, their opponents, who they lost to, their last losses. Let's go to their last losses. I don't play no games. Let's go to their last losses. Usman, Bilal, Okay, let's go back to their
Morales.
Two losses ago. Bilal. So I guess I am gonna play a little game. Bilal and then Usman. Right. Let's go about this real quick. Usman, a better fighter than Brady. I don't give a fuck what no one says. Okay, Brady never touched gold. Usman's one of the greatest welterweight champions of all time. Right. Don't even argue with me about that. You know, Usman's better than Brady in spades. Wrestling, striking, better than Brady. Okay? So Joaquin fought a better version of Brady already, right? Brady fought a worse version of Joaquin in Bilal Muhammad and lost. Just think about that for a second. Like, Brady is a lesser opponent than the guy Joaquin lost to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Joaquin is going to fight somebody who's lesser than the guy he lost to previously.
True.
Brady is going to fight somebody better than he's already lost to. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Bilal Muhammad or Joaquin Buckley, are you fucking kidding me? You know, like, Brady already lost to Bilal. What the fuck do you think Joaquin's going to do to him?
Yeah.
He got a tougher matchup now. If he lost to Bilal, what the fuck do you think is going to happen to him against Joaquin?
Sean Brady got knocked out by Bilal, right?
Got knocked out by Bilal. How the fuck do you think that's going to go against Joaquin?
Yeah.
He couldn't take down Bilal. How the fuck do you think that's going to go against Joaquin? People want to put all this disrespect because he got taken down by Usman. Guess who else would probably get taken down by Usman? Bilal.
True. So
just like, you know, that's all I really got to say about all of it. But we locked in. We smoking on Sean Brady come May 9th. And I guess we can move on to the next fight. But it's just like, I don't even want to move on. I'm so excited for this one. The night could be over with. The night could be over with after that fight. You know, the people's main event. Aside from the title fights, I do want to show respect. Right? I'll show respect. But aside from the 2 title fights, this is the biggest fight of the night on the card.
They might as well just rename it UFC 328 Buckley versus
Brady.
I mean, yeah, Buckley versus
Honestly,
Brady.
It would have been a fire fight night if they had Buck versus Brady as the main event, and then Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav as the co-main for a fight night.
I will say this just to kind of give people some the homies in the chat. So the what's his name? Surkarov?
Susurkayev
versus Jordan Santos. That's gonna be a good fight. Both those guys are rising stars. So get your popcorn ready for that. Susurkayev is 11-0. Santos is 11-2. Both coming off a win. I believe they're 185. So I really want to watch that fight. The Roman Kopylov, I want to watch that fight. Grant Dawson versus Rebecca, that will be a good fight. And the Joe Alvarez versus Amazon, that's a really good fight as well.
Yeah.
A lot of really good fights on that prelims.
My main circled ones are the Susurkayev fight, Joel Alvarez fight, the Joaquin fight, and the 2 title fights. Those are and then Waldo Cortez as well is a good one.
Because here's the thing too about the Joe Alvarez verse. They put uh Ursulov is number 14. Joe Alvarez has been deadly, but Ursulov is as he submitted Neil Magny. So
Mm-hmm.
he got into that ranking. I'd love to see what Joe Alvarez can really do in this fight. Like, is he really ready for that next level competition? I think this is a great test for him.
And that's why I like the fight, obviously, right? You know, that's why I like fights like this, because I've been complaining about it a lot. So when we get it, it just needs to be highlighted. The fights where the winner actually, it says a lot about you. You know, this is going to be a dog fight, bro. Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav. That's a
Here's the
straight
thing
dog
too.
fight.
Yaroslav came from another promotion, right?
Champion at that.
And
Also a
so
war
like
vet in Ukraine. Just got to throw that out there.
so I was even saying like, ooh, Neil Magny, there's a setup. You kind of putting him in there against, a dog. But Yaroslav went in there and got him down, submitted him pretty easy. So Joe Alvarez, he needs to wear that badge on his chest, like, hey, nah, dog, I'm repping the UFC. Like there are levels to this. He needs to show them that there's another level in here. He needs to really win like how he's been winning in a dominant fashion. No disrespect to Yaroslav, but say, hey, I'm ready for this top 15, and this is why.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he needs to have, that Carlos Prates attitude. Doesn't matter who it is. Just go in there, give it to me. I'm gonna take it.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm not pulling for anybody, but maybe I'm slightly pulling for Joel Alvarez.
Yeah, I'm completely pulling for
Just
Joe
off the
Alvarez.
UFC nationality, I guess you could say. I'll be a nationalist.
Well,
I can't
because
help it. I can't help it.
I think it's we've been saying this for a while. Like you get these guys coming from another promotion. There's a level, right? Yes, he beat Neil Magny. That's what you're supposed to do. So he did that. Now you're gonna get a real dog, Joe Alvarez, and let's see how these both men test out, because the one that wins, will be like standing tall.
Mm-hmm.
And
And,
we
welterweight
need a
got a new prospect. For real, though. For real.
exactly. He needs to do what Quillen Silka did.
Yeah, and
That's what he needs to do.
it's not on the lines of Mike Malott beating Gilbert Burns to get a ranking. No offense.
Right.
But not everything should be treated the same, right?
Yeah, and but here's the thing about Mike Malott. You did your job.
Oh, he
So
did his
hey,
job for sure. It's more the
did his
matchmaker's
job.
fault because they gave him that matchup that kind of like doesn't
Yeah.
let him do anything. But yeah, it's no blame on Mike Malott. It's more so the
Yeah.
matchmakers.
And there's new blood. So hey, let's get some new blood
It
in
works
there.
out. And I'm not even trying to take away from Mike Malott just real quick, but I just want to say that like the winner of this fight should be put ranked above Malott. If I could just say that, the winner of this fight,
Medic. At least above Medic.
yeah, because it's like this is actually the fight. This is the grading scale. So I mean, I think we need to get Medic up out of there, and Malott, he just needs to prove himself.
I'm gonna just start rolling with Medic, man. Like just because
I wouldn't do that. That's a bad move. He's gonna fucking lose in his next fight.
He's gonna let me down.
Yeah. It's gonna be over with real quick. That Medic train.
Hey, he's on a 3 KO fight win streak right now.
Yeah, he trains local. He trains out of Huntington Beach, like fucking 30 minutes.
Pull up on him.
I know. Hey, I mean, I don't even expect you to be able to, but I think, I mean, if you want to, it'd be chill. But I think I want to try to pull up next week to some of the events for MVP Netflix Nate Diaz card.
Where's that gonna be at?
One of the events is gonna be at Venice. Venice.
What do you mean
Beach.
events? What's an event like? What?
I'll read it to you right now. Let's see. Yeah, bro. Because remember, this is how we fucking met. So if you want to pull up, then like we can definitely go together. I'm pretty much planning on going. Wednesday, there's an open workout at the Venice Beach basketball courts, which seems kind of chill. And then there's a press conference on Thursday at the Plaza at the Intuit Dome. And then on Friday, it's the public weigh-in. So I'm gonna try to pull up. I don't know if I can drive to LA 3 days in a fucking row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm thinking the open workout and maybe like a press conference would be chill. We'll see, because I actually like covering the press conferences from home, because it's hard to post shit out there when you got no Wi-Fi.
Right.
Yeah. But maybe the weigh-ins, I could just film the weigh-in real quick type thing. So we'll see. But I know like Nate's physical trainer, the guy who like helps out his ailments.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yo, Unc, like I'm gonna pull up. Like, can I hit you when I get there? And he's like, yeah, hit me up. I'll see if I can get you some media passes or something. So we'll see. I told him I asked Nate, and Nate ghosted me. He's like, I'll try on my half. I'm like, all right, let me know.
Hey,
So
just so you know, I got like 10 minutes.
okay. Strickland and Khamzat then. I mean, we don't are we not gonna break we don't need to break down Van versus Tyra.
Well, I mean, I'll just say this about, I mean, even the Waldo Cortez fight, I'm super excited about that. Who do you got, Cortez or shit? I already forgot his name.
Cortez, huh? Oh, Waldo Cortez
Yeah,
versus Volkov? Who the fuck's he
Volkov.
fighting?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, Volkov.
What about it?
You think Cortez keeps this up, or you think Volkov stops him in his trains and say,
I
all right,
think
you fight
Volkov
him?
washed.
He's
I think
washed.
he's washed. I think even if he's a
Mm,
better fighter, he's gonna like that thing I was saying earlier that Prates doesn't have in him, where like he'll fall to those circumstances. I think
right.
Volkov he just sees that Waldo Cortez is surging. He knows people want Waldo to win, and he's just gonna lose the fight.
I think there's something Volkov sometimes fights down to his level of competition. Not to say that Waldo Cortez is like a down fighter. I'm just saying like it could be whoever it is. He like fights to that level. He's not always a level above.
He doesn't like stand out against opponents at times. He always
Right.
just
When
like beats them.
it was a fight you think he's gonna win, and then he ends up losing, and then like it's like okay, well I don't know. So
Hmm.
I think Waldo Cortez is on a hungry streak right now, and I think he continues it. Joshua Van versus Tatsura. I got Tatsura, bro.
You do.
I do. I do.
Interesting.
I think he's gonna submit him easy.
You think he's taking him down?
Dude, he's taking him down. That's money in the bank.
I think he
He
might be
don't.
taking him down.
He doesn't need to stand and bang with them.
Well, we do just have to keep this in mind, right? He's a known grappler from Japan, and Japan is one of the best Olympic wrestling countries. It's Russia, the US, and Japan. And Japan, I think, won gold last year, bro. Japan took it over the US. And I'm saying Van's American, but Van not even known for grappling. You know, Tyra's Japanese and he's known for his wrestling. So keep that in mind. Like he has access to the best of the best in Japan. Just so people are clear about like wondering how good is Tatsuro Taira's wrestling. Well, in theory, if he's super tapped in with Japan, fighting for a title, Japan's gonna be loaning out a couple of their world fucking, championship wrestlers to help Taira get ready for this fight.
Here's the thing, Tyra too. He has fought his way to this. It's not like he just came and is like now fighting for the belt. He's earned this fight. He really has. He's earned this fight, and I think that Joshua Van being so young, I think that it just isn't his time yet. I think he's very skilled. I think he did a great job getting here, but I think Tatsura is a level above when it comes to the ground, and he is going to submit Josh. It could be a lot of people that we would say in there, and he would submit him. I was surprised he knocked out Brandon Moreno, to be honest with you.
Mm. Well, I'll put it
So
like this. Just to keep it fair, right? And this is always like how I like get fucking torn apart in these fights. My heart wants Van to win. I personally want Van to win, right? But my brain, it does tell me that Tyra's gonna win. It tells me
I
that
wonder
Van's
what
got
the
a tough matchup.
I wonder what the line is on that.
Please let me know. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. My
It's
I want Van to win, but I think Tyra's probably gonna win.
minus 175, Tara.
Tyra's minus 175. Well, then there you have it. I mean, he a favorite going
Yep.
into it.
Yep. Favored, and he's not even the champ, you know? I just think he's levels above when it comes like he will submit you, bro, quickly.
Hmm.
Deadly on the ground. Don't mess with him on the ground. Do
I
not mess.
guess if he does, that it'll show that Van hasn't really been training grappling, or Van can show us like, oh, I'm well versed on the ground too. We'll see.
Yeah, I
We haven't
I
seen
just
much of Van on the ground in general, so we don't even know where he
right,
stands with it.
right,
Yeah.
right. He capitalized on getting here and he got here, right? Prove us wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Prove us wrong.
Main event.
Yeah, I got Strickland.
You got Strickland.
I just
Bro, I'm flip-flopping on this one so hard. I started with Strickland, then I went to Khamzat, and then I just came up with this new narrative last night. Well, actually, Jew in the chat did. But there's this new narrative that I'm kind of fucking with, where it's like, if it gets to the fourth round, Khamzat might gas and Strickland can win it from there on. But you got to get it there into the late rounds.
Okay, so I thought that too, but then I was like, Khamzat did do 5 rounds versus DDP. He
Right.
didn't look super tired.
But the difference would be, I think the difference would be with a caveat, right? I forgot to add this in. Strickland has to continue to get up from these takedowns and he has to make it
Right,
hard for the wrestling, which DDP
right,
didn't do. And I'm
right.
I'm hoping that if he can do those two things, it'll tire out Khamzat by the 4th round.
That's gonna be. I mean, if he can get him 4th round tired and start picking him apart, I agree with you on that. I just think that this whole time people keep saying Sean Strickland on the ground, like he has really good takedown defense. It's hard. I thought that Anthony Hernandez fight, I was like, you know what? Anthony Hernandez got flustered. He could not take him down. Now, are there levels to where Anthony Hernandez and Chimaev's wrestling is? I'm gonna say probably Chimaev is a dude. He took down DDP too easy. I don't know how DDP must really suck at fucking his takedown defense.
I don't know what the fuck happened. I can't even figure that shit out myself.
He took him down like 20 times. Like it was just too easy. It was like when if you like have a little cousin that comes over on Thanksgiving and he's like 5 years younger than you and you like are play wrestling, but you always are just able to like pick him up and take him down. That's what Hamza did to DDP. Like just like you knew what he was gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that Sean Strickland actually has really good takedown defense.
I
Like
know.
we,
And it's so hard because this is the thing with Strickland why I get so fucked up over it. It's because everyone brags and raves
right
about this
about
guy's
that.
takedown defense, and he's
Right.
just never shown it one time in his life.
But I can't remember a fight if someone just holding him on the ground or
Not
just
holding
like
him down, but like DDP took him down in both fights.
yeah,
It's like, what the fuck?
yeah.
You know? And then like people always say like use your wrestling, Sean, and he never uses it. So
Right.
we don't get to see his offensive. And then like it's like we've been let down with his takedown defense in the past. It's a tough one. I see Space Kid in here. Let's read what Space Kid got to say. He goes, if you think Strickland can get up, but Usman couldn't. I mean, it's a fair point. What's your logic there? A bigger weight class. There's not much logic there, Space Kid. And then Space Kid goes, Strickland's not getting up.
Well, so when Hamza and Usman fought.
Yeah. He's saying like, what's your logic there? And I'm saying I don't have much logic there. Like, yeah, I get it. Usman couldn't get up from Khamzat. And well, actually, I got to rewatch the fight because I don't even know.
Usman won that 3rd round.
Yeah, I actually have to rewatch that fight because I think that fight was more competitive than Space Kid's making it out to be. It wasn't like Khamzat just wet blanketed Usman for 15 minutes.
It was like 2-1, right?
Yeah.
First 2
I
rounds.
gotta rewatch it. I don't even remember it.
It was one of those arguments where like the first 2 rounds he did get him, but the last round Usman got Chimaev, and Chimaev looked a little bit gassed a little bit. And people were saying like, hey, if this would have gotten to the 4th, 5th round, Usman could have won those last. I mean, hindsight's 2020. Who knows what the fuck could have happened, right?
Right.
I think the DDP fight was like, oh wow, he win all 5 rounds. He didn't look gassed, but he just completely dominated. DDP didn't have an answer for none of it. So that's why this matchup is so intriguing because we actually get to see, people can play this out, this narrative, like, hey, no one ever got to really test Sean Strickland on the ground. Well, we get to see it now. We get to see it now.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can answer this question.
Right. So I mean, there's a lot going into this one. Also, I could see Khamzat knocking out Strickland as well.
I don't see that either.
You don't see that?
No.
Did you watch their sparring footage?
That 20 seconds?
Yeah. At first, I thought it wasn't much.
They didn't show me much. I rewatched it.
A lot of people are saying that. I got a decent amount out of it.
Really? Well, you do a DJ fucking breakdown, bro.
I know. I kind of did on the stream last night.
Do a spotlight, you know what I mean? Like get the pen out. Like, all right.
Yeah. No, so I'll do it right now because I did it last night. But like Khamzat was pulling all of his punches, and that's why I say I think he could knock out Sean. Because like there was a big overhand right that Khamzat threw, and he pulled it. But I was like, damn, like that shit would have put Sean out. And then Khamzat was also like super bouncy and rhythmic in front of Sean, and he was like flowing, like they weren't hitting each other because it was like a warm-up round. But it was one of those things where, if you're seeing people shadow boxing in the streets, they're punching at the air. but they still know, oh, I would have got you there. I would have got you there.
Right,
Oh,
right.
boom, got you there. Right? They don't need to
Right.
touch each other. And that's what
Right.
Khamzat was doing to Strickland. And then on Strickland's end, he maybe threw 2 jabs in that whole 25 seconds. And Khamzat throws a big overhand right. You know, he's doing all these feints, feinting takedowns, jabbing, 2s to the body. And Strickland was just like fucking he was over, I don't know the word, but he was over stimulated.
Well,
he got overstimulated by Khamzat.
The narrative, and even on the countdown, the narrative was that Khamzat beat Sean Strickland in these sparring matches when they trained together.
Yeah.
That's the narrative. I mean, they literally hyped that up on this countdown right here. I was just watching it. So I mean, that is the narrative. Khamzat's saying, go back and ask anybody in that gym who got who.
Mm-hmm.
Go ask anybody who got who.
Well, also Sean, I feel like Sean got caught in a lie too, because Sean's been saying this whole time. I went up in that video. You familiar with this video where Sean goes up to Khamzat and he's like, "Hey, relax, bro. Like, you know, you're super good. You don't have to beat up everybody." You remember that, right? Yeah.
When Khamzat's kind of sitting down and like, yeah.
And Sean, this whole time, Sean's been saying, I told Khamzat that because he was beating up on the no names in the gym. That's why I told him that. Now, after Khamzat releases the footage, 2 things, right? So Khamzat released that footage. This morning I woke up and I'm scrolling IG and it just pops up on my feed. I'm not even following this guy, but he's one of Khamzat's teammates who was with him on that day. And in the caption he wrote, "I was there when Strickland sparred Khamzat, and that's why Strickland went up to Khamzat and told him, you know, relax, stop going so hard." And then I go, well, Strickland tells a different story. So I don't believe this guy because he's Khamzat's teammate. Of course he's going to defend Khamzat, right? Strickland today confirmed Khamzat's teammate's story, and he confirmed that he's been lying this whole time. He didn't go up to Khamzat because Khamzat was beating up the no-names in the gym. He went up to Khamzat after that sparring round because he went hard on Strickland. He went over to Khamzat and he's like, "Don't go hard on me next time." And then Khamzat even revealed, he's like, "Strickland went and told the coach on me." So apparently after the round, Strickland went and told Nixick, he snitched. He's like, "Hey coach, Khamzat's going too hard during warm-ups. Can you tell him to chill out?" Yeah, it's like, damn, Strick.
Yeah, who does that? Who does that?
Damn.
And then the Shlomo, what's his name? Shmo?
He submitted him. He submitted him.
Twice.
It's like,
Shmo called him out. He's like, bro, well, he didn't submit you twice.
And Strickland tries to play it off so cool, but it like doesn't work. He's like, "You saw it, how'd it go?" And then it's like, what? Like, why would you let Shmo answer that? Like, why the fuck do you expect him to lie for you? Like, Shmo's like, "Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot? Like, you got submitted, bro. Like, I wasn't gonna say anything. Like, we could have beat around the bush a little bit." Yeah. But Sean acts so confident, and then you ask him how it goes, and it's like, "I got my ass beat." It's like, well, then why the fuck you so confident?
You know the other thing too. I like Khamzat's demeanor. He's so mild.
They're calling him Khamzat.
Dude, for real, like he's so like just even keel and very calm, right?
Yeah.
But he has a switch. We know he has a switch where he just sees red.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can't control that side of him, right?
And he's always just an inch away from popping out.
He's always just, bro, literally an inch, right? And
he's always on the verge.
What I love about Sean is like you see all these antics, right? But when he gets in the cage, he locks in though, bro. He puts in he goes to another place.
You see when he gets in that cage, watch when he looks at Khamzat. You can see he's locked in.
And I love when he gets in there, bro, he is like,
remember what he said about the Fluffy fight? He's like, "I needed to get myself locked in real quick, so I panned over to his coach and I used him as the reason to get pissed because I guess he had like a relationship with a younger girl." But no, just to say that like Sean definitely he gets in that mode when he steps in the cage. He knows, okay, now's the time to get in the mode.
He finds his fire for sure.
Yeah.
And so both of these guys in that moment, I'm excited about that. It's almost too like I was thinking about JDM last weekend, bro. He totally lost his fire. There's something about some of these guys is like, once they lose it, they just lose it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when the other guy's better than you, what can you do?
Yeah. Also, you know, JDM got pushed up super quick, and you know he hadn't done much.
Here's the thing I was gonna tell you too. Like, imagine Carlos Prates did what Yuri had the same attitude of Yuri. Like, I feel bad for JDM now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just kind of pop.
It would have been fucking dog shit, bro.
Yeah.
We would have been talking shit on it.
Yuri needs to go and call up Carlos and see what he's sipping on. He needs to get some of that Henny.
Yeah, Yuri's just like, I see a
Anyway.
lot of people saying like, you guys aren't gonna do that clown ass MMA switch up on Yuri. That's been a popular comment. And it's like, nah, I'm switching up on Yuri. I'm doing the clown ass MMA switch up on Yuri. We were so wrong about Yuri. Like, we were so wrong about him. He's chilling. He's good.
Yeah.
But he's also delusional as fuck. It's both.
Super delusional. Super delusional. All right. What's the last words?
Last words. Let me just read the topics. Make sure we got it all.
We had a lot of topics. I don't think we didn't even cover the White House.
We did get it all. Let me read. Let me just see something real quick.
We'll tell all the homies all the topics we didn't cover. How's that?
I know. Or let's see. Oh,
Fighters meet Trump at Oval.
That's fine, but I just want to say this one. New
footage of Shavkat.
New footage of Shavkat recovering from his injury. We kind of seen that. But I this is the one I feel the most passionate about, so I just want to go with this one. Nate Diaz just dropped like a photo of like him wrapping up camp because we know the fight's next week. So Nate just posted a photo wrapping up camp. You know, some of his old day one homeboys are there. Guess who's not there?
His brother.
His big bro. And so I just want to know, like, are we still team Nick Diaz? Like, bro, Nick is not even with his fucking brother for this fight.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, like, I just don't really like Nick anymore. If I could just be real, like, you don't even fuck with your brother, bro. And I know I'm the one who got the shit for that.
Well, you know, let's wait till fight day. Let's see if he's not there that day. Then let's jump on him.
Okay, but it's at the same time, it's like, why aren't you letting your brother get ready? Like, you're in Vegas fucking kicking it with some dumbass bitch. And Martin Sano.
Are they still?
There's still a thing. Martin Sano and Kayla and Nick. And it's like, bro, that over young little bro? That over little bro?
Yeah, you should be there all fight, but you gotta agree with that.
I mean, it's like, bro, like, your bro's going in there risking his life. You don't want to be there to help him in the training? Yeah. Point blank, period. Like, I know it's Mike Perry, but like, he's going in there to risk his life. Like, you don't want to have any say about the camp. You don't want to have any input about what he could do to beat Mike Perry and take less damage. You really don't give that many shits about your brother because he let you rot in rehab because you were doing fucking heroin. Okay. Maybe you shouldn't have done the heroin in the first place. Stop blaming your brother. Blame yourself. Your brother's the one who's doing everything for you guys and your whole family. If it wasn't for your brother, you guys would all be crashed out by now. So I don't know why Nate doesn't get the support, the respect. And Nick says it's and that's a bad thing. Nick hates on his brother for keeping their name alive. Oh, you know, once Nate beat Conor McGregor, it was so hard to move around Stockton. I hated it. Fucking complains about everything, bro. Everything. Never there when his brother needs him.
Hey, look, we both got brothers, right?
Yeah, and I got a brother who does the same shit as fucking Nick. Yeah.
Can't pick your family, bro.
Yeah, you can't. And shit. You gotta just forgive him at the end of the day. But it's like
look at the real Perry Punch came out right now.
Yeah, it's like Nate's not gonna be mad at his bro.
He knows it goes deep.
I wouldn't even be mad at my bro. To be honest, like if my bro did that and my bro pulls up on me, I'm be like, yo, what up, bro? You doing good? Like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? So I get it.
We know what to expect.
Yeah. But at the same time, from an outside perspective, I wish Nick would show up for his brother, you know?
Yeah, I get it. It sounds like you're projecting.
A little bit. Maybe just a subconscious projection there.
Right.
And then Ju says, Nate is what people think Nick is. That's what I've been saying for months, and everybody hates me for saying that. They're like, because I'm like, Nate is way better of a fighter than his brother. Like, it's done. It's official. And people are like, how dare you? Nick is the GOAT. I'm like, nah, Nate's way better. Nate's way better than Nick. 100%.
Yeah. I would vote. I would put that vote on.
He had the bigger fight. He beat the biggest star, Conor McGregor. He's still fighting. He's not on drugs. You know what I mean? The list goes fucking on. The guy's a walking. He got a family. You know what I mean? The guy's a dub. Yeah. All right. Shout out to everybody in the streets. Thanks for watching. I will be back with Saturday tomorrow. By the way, I'm with Saturday tomorrow.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah,
so
we'll do a
betting. Let's get some of the betting homies out.
Yeah.
So look, for all the homies in the chat, want to put your bets? I am Saturday. They call me I am Sunday because I cannot win a bet.
So I am Sunday's here today. We got I am Saturday tomorrow. But today was like the preview. Tomorrow will be the betting show. So yeah, tune in tomorrow.
That's
and then
cool
Friday it'll be just me.
Yeah, you get two flavors.
Exactly.
Build it
And
up
then
to the fight week.
he texted me too that other day, like I told you. And then it crossed my mind again. I was like, I think he was texting me because he knows 328's coming up. He wants me to kind of like have him on.
Yeah.
So I did it. I'm like, yo, cruise on. Like, you got any time? So yeah, tune in tomorrow for the Me and Saturday show.
Is it gonna be after the press conference or?
It'll be, I think it'll be after, yeah, because I think he's gonna come on at. Let me tell everybody, including you. You better tune in too. Just come in for a little bit and be like, yo, what up, Saturday?
All right.
It'll be at 6:30 Eastern tomorrow, so 3:30
So that's
Pacific.
3:30. I wonder what time the press conference is.
It'll probably be right before it. I bet you press conference is gonna be at like 5.
5 Eastern.
5 Pacific. That would be my guess. If you want to pull it up or something. Let me see. Pre-fight press conference. Oh, 2 p.m. So it'll be right after it.
Okay, there you go.
Perfect. All right, boys. Peace out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Saturday. And then you will be gone next week, or let us know?
I'll let you know Sunday.
Okay. MTK will let us know about next week. Peace out, boys.